How's it going, you guys? Gabriel Ryder here. In today's video, I have a process that you can use to help improve your game. This is a process that I use, and I think it can help you as well. There are three main parts to this process, and those three main parts are Analyze, Strategize, and Actionize. Okay, so I'm going to go through those one by one and really explain to you what those mean and how you can use those 3 points to help you out with your game. Okay, first step, you guys, and that is analyze. What do I mean by analyze? Well, analyze means to examine carefully and in detail. We need to become experts on our games. We need to know our strengths, but more importantly, we need to know our weaknesses. Our weaknesses will be our quickest way to improvement. So how do we analyze that game? Well, we have to look at our stats. Our stats are what don't lie. They show us what our game is, where our strengths are, and where our weaknesses are. Well, where do we get our stats from? From ourselves. What I mean is we have to track our game. We need to write down fairways, greens, putts, push, pulls. Did you miss your putt low? Was it by speed? Did you misread it? We need to have a good idea of what's causing us to lose strokes during our round. By looking at our stats, we'll be able to look at what is the quickest way that if we took one part of our game and improved it, it would improve our score dramatically. Let me give you an example. Okay, you guys, so here we are in the cart, and here are some of my scorecards. I keep a lot of my scorecards, as you can see. Pretty big pile of scorecards. And I keep my stats a little more differently than most people and a little more detailed than most people. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so here is where a normal golf scorecard would be, right here on the steering wheel. But let me show you how I keep my stats. So what I do is I would write down the club I hit off the tee. Okay, that says 3W. It means 3 wood, and I hit it left. Same thing for the second hole. Driver S, that means straight. 3 wood left, driver straight, 3 wood straight, 4 iron straight, driver straight. So I will actually not only put what I hit off the tee, but where I hit it. Same thing. Then on my approach shot, I put that is lob wedge, 93 yards, 3 wood 264, 8 iron 155, 120 yards gap wedge, 126 gap wedge, 7 iron 173. Then from there, I'll put where I put it away. So I hit 7 iron. I went 3 wood straight, 7 iron from 173 to 5.7 inches, and I missed the putt, misread. Then I write down how many putts, and I also mark what I miss them by. It's hard to see, but this says push, that says speed, went long, speed, misread, misread. Here's another scorecard from another day. And by looking at our stats, it will show us exactly what we need to work on. Here's some putts. I hit 7 out of 9 greens. And if you look, that's misread, misreads, misread, 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 misread. So when I put misread down, it means my speed was good and I started on my line. I just didn't read it right. So that shows you I need to work on reading the greens. Because out of 6 putts, and that one was 12 feet, that one was 6 feet. So that's just like 24, 24, 37. But basically what that means, if I would have read it right, I would have made it. Because I didn't put misread and speed. So by taking detailed stats, they're going to show you what clubs are your weaknesses, whether it's your wedges, your mid irons, is it your clubs off the tee, and your putting. Are you misreading? Is your speed or not starting it on line? So I'm going to play a hole, and I'm going to kind of show you how I take stats, just kind of like I did on the scorecard. All right, you guys, 411 yard par 4 here, easy par 4. It's going to hit 3 wood. Alright, kind of a low bleeder, but went down the right side of the fairway. Okay, so here we're on the 4th hole, and as you can see, there's my ball. I didn't really hit a good shot off the tee, kind of a low bleeder, but it worked out. Sometimes it happens. So what I would do is I would come over here to my scorecard, and I would write 3 wood S, which would be 3W, and I'd put maybe a /S. And then I would put a little check mark if I hit the fairway. So there we go, 3WS, and then check mark to hit the fairway because I want to add up my check marks at the end of the 9 holes. Okay, so 140 full pitching wedge. That was a good shot, went right at it. We'll see where that ended up. Okay, you guys, so here we are. This is where I hit my pitching wedge, and it is actually on the fringe, so I actually would say that's a missed green. For me, you know, I want to be pretty tedious with my game. So that's a missed green. It's short, but this is a I hit my pitching wedge from 140 really close. This is a close shot. So for me personally, I would actually walk this off and see how far I hit my pitching wedge and how close it was to the pin. So I'll walk it off. So that was about 15 feet right there. And a pitching wedge, a 1 degree miss at tour speed with a pitching wedge would be 21 feet. So I know for me, if I got a pitching wedge within 21 feet and closer, I would be extremely happy. Like I said, with tour player speed, a 1 degree error with a pitching wedge would be 21 feet. So this being about 15.5 feet, great shot, very happy with it. So then I would do is read my putt, line it up. Well, actually I couldn't line it up because I'm on the fringe, but read it. About a ball out to the right. Okay, perfect example. Greens are slow first putt, but let me show you what happened. Now I hit it on my line, started right where I was aiming, and I think if I would hit a little harder, it would have gotten straight in. So it's a 1.5 foot short. Okay, so here was what my scorecard would look after that hole. I put 3W for 3 wood, S for straight, put a check mark because I hit the fairway, and then I put PW for pitching wedge, 140, missed the green until my little dash is 4, and then 155, 155, or no, then after that, sorry, it'd be 15.5 feet away, 2 putts, and I put short for speed. So as you can see, after 9 holes, I would get a pretty good consistency on what my weaknesses were. Maybe it was my speed on my putts. Maybe it was my wedges, or maybe that 3 wood kept giving me problems all day. So the more detailed stats you can do, the better it's going to be for your game. That's the analyze part. Like I said, we need to know our strengths, but more importantly, we need to know our weaknesses so we know what we need to work on, which will be our quickest way to improvement. That's analyzation. Okay, you guys, so we analyzed, we tracked our game, we took our stats, and over 9 holes we realized that our putts on speed, or our speed on putts, is what was hurting us. So now it's the strategize part. And a strategize means a plan, a method, or a series of maneuvers to obtain a certain result or goal. So maybe going on the putting green and going, you know, I want to hit 15 putts over between 30 and 40 feet, and I want to make sure I hit 17 of them within 3 feet, so that limits my chance at 3 putting. Or maybe it's, you know, I want to put a little stick a 1.5 foot behind the hole, and I want to hit 10 putts from 20 feet and make sure I don't hit that stick once. So maybe it's some sort of putting goal, some putting drill, but at least we know what we need to work on. And maybe it's working with your coach, you know, what can we do to work on the speed of our putts, or whatever your weakness may be. Maybe it's wedges off the tee. But by looking at our stats, analyzing and tracking our game, it will give us a clear view of what we need to work on. Then it's strategy, and then that's making our plan to improve. Okay, last part would be to take action, implement. We analyzed our game, we came up with the strategy, we worked with our coach, and now we're going to take action and put that strategy into play, and then we're going to do the whole process again and analyze our next time out and see if what we practiced worked. Take action, people. Nothing ever happens without taking action. What I always say is, in order for something to change, something has to change. That's the definition of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting different results. Okay, analyze your game, strategize, do something different, and take action, implement. Alright, you guys, this is Gabriel Ryder here, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Gabriel Ryder, PGA Tour Driven. Peace.